And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. To everybody on the chat, we will let it load. This is a random counterpunching news report. I am just cruising, riding, relaxing, thinking. For everybody that comes on to the chat, please hit the like button. That initiates good things, more notifications that I am live, because a lot of people don't know that I am live. The three on the chat, where are we from? Counterpunch to all three of you. How are we doing in this crazy world? Okay, great. We got 1 like out of 4 people. Let's increase that. We got 2. And there you go. 2 out of 4. I know we heard 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but 2 out of 4 can't be bad either, right? But where are we at in this crazy world? Post me something. I give you guys a shout out. I'm headed back to work. Fish R1200R. Yo, counterpunch to you. Chet Collins, that was me. Counterpunch to you. We got 7 on the chat. We'll let it load. But this is a random Counterpunch Boxing News live stream. But what's been going on in the sport of boxing? You know, the latest big thing, we got Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois, Juggernaut versus Triple D. These guys have been rescheduled, which I just posted a video letting you guys know that it was rescheduled for October 24th. Scorpio year, the year of the Scorpio time. Shouts out to all the Scorpios. Tony Issue, counterpunch to you, brother. Fresh Prince, Joshua or Fury, who you got? Man, I don't know. You know, I think you got to ask me again, honestly, when both of these guys fight again. Okay? Because we have to see what these guys are going to do, because both of these guys their last 2 fights were experimental. They fought in styles unlike themselves. Not saying it didn't work. It worked. Not saying that, you know. Chet Collins, Loma, Teo, who you got, bro? Man, you know what? As much as I love to go with the new blood, I don't see Teo. I don't see Teo. I don't see him throwing enough punches. I think he can do it. I think he can actually knock out Lomachenko with the punching power that he possesses, because we saw it happen. But I don't know if there's enough punches to even land. Because I think with Loma, could he knock him? Could he knock him out with one shot? He probably could. He could hurt him. He could drop him. We've seen Loma. We've seen him hurt before, right? We've seen him hurt before, right? But I don't know. I think Loma will outbox him, you know. But I hope Teo keeps that fight real. Appreciate the super chat, Chet. My name is Chet. I see a queen move with franchise. Really looking forward to seeing that. Fish R1 200. Look, that could happen. I was listening to an article by Tyson Fury, and he didn't mention franchise though, but he did mention that it's not cut and dry that he will fight Dillian White. He said, "Oh, I'll punch his head in," but then he's like, I want to defend my title, but if it's up to them stopping a big fight, which I don't know. I hope not, man. I hope not. Laisha Queen, absolutely. I just want to see it come back to life. You know? Yo, who do you think wins out of Usyk, Dillian White? Man, that's a good fight. See, those type of fights I want to see. I want to see, you know who I want to see? I want to see Chisora Ortiz. I want to see Dillian White versus Andy Ruiz. Okay. I want to see Alexander Usyk. I want to see Usyk fight Parker. You know, I want to see these type fights. Never mind the top 3 fighters. Look, we've talked about Fury, Joshua, Wilder. We've talked about them guys a lot in the last year and a half. What about the rest of the division? What about the rest of the heavyweights? Let's talk about them. You know what I mean? Guy Sherry says LDBC forever. That's some dedication for you. Hard work, dedication. Everyone is underestimating Dillian White. Wells. Okay, let's see. I think Wilder KOs White and AJ. You know something? Wilder knocks out AJ. I don't see that's impossible. I see that very, very realistic. The question you ask yourself, I think it's a numbers game with those guys. The more I think about Wilder fighting Joshua and fighting White, I think about this. I think about the numbers. How many times did they fight? Let's look at a perfect example. Numbers. Juan Manuel Marquez versus Manny Pacquiao. 1 through 4. We had 4 fights with both of them. Okay, we are back in action. I do apologize about the technical difficulties. Damn you, YouTube. But anyway, we're back on. Let's see. Guy Sherry, Wilder's king/queen. Okay. Who's the twerking bum Deontay Wilder ducking this week? Your king is a queen. Damn. It's crazy. Chet Collins, Ortiz versus Ennis versus Rashidi. Round. Man, you know what? I'm not really sure. That's a good one. You like potatoes? Can't wait to see Dubois versus Joyce. Dubois versus Joyce looks like a good fight. I'm glad it's back on, though. That's the most important thing. But like I was saying, I think that before we got interrupted, people, I feel that the Wilder Joshua or Wilder White situation, I think it's a numbers game. Okay, like I was explaining to you guys with Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. First fight, dynamic fight. Juan Manuel Marquez was knocked down 3 times, people, in the first round. And people thought, okay, second, third, his ass is going to be gone because I think his nose was broken in the first fight. From 2nd through 12th, Juan Manuel Marquez came back, rallied, scored, hit Manny Pacquiao with some great shots. And a lot of people can argue that he beat him every round after that. But Manny gets the nod. Second fight, Juan Manuel Marquez, Manny Pacquiao, they square off again. Juan Manuel Marquez, I think he gets too eager to trade like he does because he has that Mexican machismo. Gets caught, right? Down he goes. He loses that split decision. Third fight, right? Part 3. Now, no one gets knocked down. I seen Pacquiao get hit with the cleaner shots, honestly. But Pacquiao gets the nod, right? It's Manny Pacquiao. It's Pac-Man's world. It's Pac-Land, right? So he loses to Timothy Bradley, and then he didn't want to fight Bradley again, so he decides to do what? Fight Juan Manuel Marquez again. And he gets knocked out 6th round. Okay. And you look at that, you're like, okay, that's a number. It was just an amount of time where Manny was going to get caught punch that he didn't see, and that punch is going to take him out. But you can tell Juan Marquez, his punching power was a lot more devastating in the 4th fight than any other fight. And that just made you wonder, like, okay, what the hell is this? I mean, he caught him with a looping right and dropped Manny in the 4th fight. He knocked Manny down twice. And Manny caught him with a straight left, which made him buckle. So I think if we compare this to what's going on or what could happen in the heavyweight division, I think if those guys fought twice, maybe Wilder might clip him one of those fights. He might get off that big right hand and wobble Joshua. Because you know the minute Deontay Wilder wobbles anybody, he's coming for you. He's coming for you. He's ready to throw that right hand. He's dangerous with it. And if he hits Joshua and Joshua does that, he's going to come with the windmill, right? He's going to mow him right over. He's going to come to blitz him. So it is what it is. I think that the second fight, though, if he does knock out Joshua, Joshua will come around in the second fight and fight a totally different fight. Skrilla50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Vic, no different than reading text messages. If you could only read this, keep your eyes on the road. Yeah, you're right. There's no different from reading text message. The only difference is you don't have to respond back. On a text message, you're like, I love, bow! It happens all the time. It might seem shitty, but it happens all the time. And honestly, I don't text while I drive. And that's what's killing people. It's texting. Okay? Not really talking. I'm talking to you guys, but I'm not texting shit. I'm just scrolling up, reading here, reading there, right? It's in my peripheral. So I'm good, guys. What would be good long as it ain't Fury again? There's always a danger of Fury underestimating AJ because there are people in his team telling him how easy the AJ fight, and I just don't see it being easy. I don't see it being easy either, because you have to look at this. It could be very, very dangerous for Tyson Fury. And I'm going to do a video on this follow-up. Okay. Tyson Fury could get in that situation. He could get in there. Think about it. He got his cousin in his corner. He got his dad in his corner. He has Billy Joe in his corner. He has Bob and Frank in his corner. You know, he has everybody around him telling him how good he really is. You know, sensational, a knockout artist, a new and improved knockout artist since he was able to take out Deontay Wilder. Goes in that mother sucker people and gets his ass beat. How? Why? Because you've been getting praised by beating up a guy that has no inside game, that can't fight going backwards, that's very limited as a fighter. And you go in there and you fight another guy, a golden Olympian, that has a totally different style from Wilder. And then people will be surprised that Joshua will be able to do certain things in there. Now, look, let me tell you this. This is a possibility. I'm not predicting anything, but the possibility of him getting beat up in there like he did, it's realistic, you know. It's a realistic concept. Because if he goes in there with those wide punches that he thinks he's going to hit Joshua with, like he hit Wilder, Wilder only has one thing. He has that one punch that he can hit you with that can hurt you. Joshua has 2 to 3. Okay? But I don't think Fury's that stupid, people. I don't think he's going to go in there and try to, I think he did that to Wilder because he knew he could do that to Wilder. If that makes sense. He knew he could go in after Wilder threw the right hand because Wilder has nothing else. Wilder has shown him nothing else. Wilder has exercised or practiced, more than likely, nothing else. But, so he knew. He knew he had a window of opportunity every time Wilder threw the right hand. He knew he had that opportunity to counter back and to throw whatever he thought was effective, which a lot of times was the left hook. So, watch Fury backing away from AJ at the same time he did with Clit. Well, if he wins, here's the thing: if Fury beats Joshua in a fight, he ain't gonna fight him again. Fury said the same about Klitschko, that he would meet him in the center of the ring. Yeah, he said that, but he wouldn't do that. He bullshitted Klitschko. You know what I mean? He bullshitted him. He got him out of there. He said, yeah, Kurt, be safe, don't read and drive. I think reading and driving is pretty safe, man. You think if Wilder beats Fury, they'll have a 4th fight? No, he shouldn't. I think Wilder should continue the rest of his career. I hope he doesn't quit. He shouldn't quit, because if he quits, everybody will look at him and shit all over him and his resume. Because for one, it ain't that good anyway. You beat Luis Ortiz and Dominic Brazil. That's not good. And then you get beat by Tyson Fury twice and then you quit. That means you ain't fought the Whites, the Parkers, the Joshuas, the Usyks, you know what I mean? The Ruizes, the Martins. I mean, there's so many different fights that Wilder could actually fight. The people he could fight after Tyson Fury, it's just one guy. You couldn't beat one guy. You got to draw with that one guy. You showed that one guy your power, but that one guy showed you that he could beat you. But it's no big deal. This is boxing. Okay? This is boxing, people. It happens. People lose. Come on. Floyd Patterson could never beat Sonny Liston. But does that mean he couldn't beat Igor Johansson? He had his legacy. His legacy stands with the wars and the victories that he's actually, won. He'll never beat Cassius Clay. He could never beat Cassius Clay. But does that mean he's not a good fighter? No. It just means he couldn't beat those guys. And I think that's the type of attitude that Wilder should have if he loses again. Fury claims he's 6'9", but his eye to eye with Wilder. Well, he is a little taller than Wilder, though. If you look at Wilder, he's a little taller. He's kind of like, if their eye level is here, it's like here to here. Okay, so he's a little taller. Is he 6'9"? He probably once was 6'9". He might be shrinking. We all shrink in time. So Fury ain't 6'9". I would love to see Ruiz versus Wilder. I would love to see that too. Those are the type of fights you want to see. Fury is 6'8". Well, I think Fury's tall though, man. He's a tall boy. That dude's really tall. You think if Wilder beats Fury, no. But no, I think that these guys fighting, I think we have a lot to look forward to. You know, Dubois versus Joshua. Didn't Dubois knock out Joshua in sparring? Ain't that a word around the campfire that it was Dubois that knocked out Anthony Joshua in sparring? Right? Somebody confirm that for me, because I think I remember hearing that Anthony Joshua was knocked out by Daniel Dubois. Would you do a live stream with Sporting Icons? Of course I would do a live stream with Sporting Icons. That's my boy. Good people. I don't mind. I just think that, you know, we just need the link, set the link up, and we can do a live stream, you know. And, you know, have like a nice little panel, have a nice little powwow. King J, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Just pro boxers have build heights. Fury is like 6'7", was listed that early in his career. Wilder is like 6'6.5", but billed as 6'7". Dubois admitted it himself, it was just BS to promote himself. Okay. White beats AJ if they fight. White versus Miller. That's a good one. White versus Miller. I would like to see that fight. It's like a fucking grizzly bear taking on a gorilla, you know? Two big guys. And I think they're both 6'4", so I think they're the same height. But, you know, fucking Jarrell Miller, he has a head like a 10-pound ham. You know what I mean? The boy got a head on him, so. Miller versus Ruiz will be a good one, too. Because I honestly think both of those guys have good chins. You know, and the only thing that we can really hope for is that fight going like Ika Barabucci, David Tua, simply because these guys just collide into each other. Dubois versus Usyk, that's good. But you think Dubois is ready for someone like Usyk? That's the question you ask yourself. Is he ready? That's right. Dubois and Usyk they do have pretty good inside game. I think Usyk's better though. He's better with angles. You know, if you want to talk about rumors, Klitschko threw out Alexander Usyk because he was making him look bad in one of his media shows. Warren said that he did when Dubois was asked. He just said, "What can I say? It was a good sparring," and AJ never confirmed it, which he did when Prince knocked him down. So I didn't think Dubois did. Well, Dubois didn't admit it. You know, you think Dubois doing something like a Joey DeWaco? Remember, Joey DeWaco wouldn't tell anybody what really happened. He just hid behind the credo, oh, what goes on at sparring stays in sparring. Chisora knocks Wilder out. Now that would be a good fight, you know. Okay, David Bailey. They need to mix Ruiz in there to make things more interesting. Ruiz versus Wilder, Wilder versus White, Fury versus Ruiz versus Fury. It'll be a good fight. I think Tyson Fury could just play with him, though. If Andy Ruiz was going to fight someone like Tyson Fury, he would have to throw a lot of punches, and he has to be in shape to throw a lot of punches. My advice to him, if he ever fights someone like Tyson Fury, I think he should just dig to the body. You know, if he wants a chance, if he wants to slow him down, dig to the body, go to his body. What up from Long Beach, California? What is this? AJ would beat Fury. What forms of protest are most effective? I have no idea. They're all a response to something, of some type of injustice. I know that much. Yo, Kurt. Well, bro, give me a counterpunch on why everyone keeps saying Lomachenko is a ducker. They're saying that because Lomachenko accepted the franchise champion belt. If he wouldn't have done that, a lot of things could have, quote unquote, happened, which with the world we live in now, I don't think that would have really mattered. I think that would have been the reason why people are not doing what they're supposed to do. You know? But both of those guys, I think Loma, because he has the franchise champion, that's an automatic label to put on yourself. Oh, he's a ducker. That's why he wanted to be franchised. He could have decided not to take the franchise belt, but he did anyway. You know, so they're already going to look at you, especially when everyone else doesn't have those capabilities. You know, so it is what it is. Ajagba versus Dubois, I think that would probably be a super fight in the next 7 years. They're both undefeated. Now, Ajagba got his ass floored, and that was very, very interesting. Have you guys seen that? I forget who was fighting now, but he got his ass floored, people. Chisora versus Ortiz. I don't know. I think if I'm Chisora, I would go in and try to attack him to see what he's made of. You know, get him in the corner and beat him up, because if you give Luis Ortiz time to set up his jab in the distance, he's going to be very difficult to beat, especially from a southpaw stand. Good matchup that would be. Yeah, Ortiz versus Rivas would be good. That would be good, you know. Colombiano contra Cubano. That would be great. That would be a great fight. Ruiz and Ortiz, or Ortiz and Rivas. That would be some great fights, honestly. Crawford versus Spence. Man, I don't think that fight's going to ever happen. You know, I think they're waiting for Crawford to get old. He's already 32. They might try him when he's about 33, turning 34. You know. So the whole Spence-Crawford thing is messed up now. If they fight and Crawford wins, they'll blame the accident. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true, man. They will blame the accident. It won't be his fault. He should have waited. He should have took his time. He should have had a tune-up. They will blame everything but Errol Spence. It's up to Errol Spence to know when is he realistically coming back, because if he had broken teeth and stuff like that, he doesn't need any of that. Waiting to get old, that's right. I feel the same. Yeah. They're just waiting for Terrence Crawford to get old. He's like 32 now. So if he's going to fight one of these motherfuckers, it better be now. Because they know they're young. You know, Errol Spence ain't worried about shit. You know. Did you hear even Ugas declined it? Yeah, I heard something about that. You know, I couldn't look up any articles myself to counterpunch it, so I don't. But I will. But, you know, that's sad that, you know, Ugas is turning that fight down. Because, I mean, I think he has a very good shot because he's tall, big. He's a bigger welterweight than most. Terrence Crawford, he's looking good, but it is what it is. Kurt, Marvel movies are Middle Earth movies. Marvel, baby. Hell yeah, Marvel. Shit, I'm wearing Black Panther right now. This is like the official stunt shirt that we got on set. Of course. Marvel all day. Hell yeah. It's for you. Do you like The Lord of the Rings? Man, no, I don't. I never watched it. People are like, really? I'm like, really? I never watched it. Never watched that. Never watched Harry Potter. Any of that. Canelo would spank Eubank. Well, Canelo needs to get in there with somebody. I'm tired of him fighting bullshit opposition. You know, and I'm not really convinced that knockout of Kovalev was just legit, honestly. Andrade versus Canelo. Let me tell you, Andrade would probably outbox Canelo if he wanted to play that game, but he wouldn't win the decision. Canelo on points, people. Billy Joe is up for Canelo. Yeah, we'll see. Need to come to the UK. Atmosphere at boxing is insane. Absolutely. Lee Campbell. I shall come. I shall go. Kurt, you should interview AJ one day. I will. I will interview him. Now that fight needs to happen. But absolutely, guys, I'm getting to my destination. Just wanted to chop it up with you guys real quick. Thank you guys for coming on to the live stream. You guys tell me what you think below. Everybody on the chat has been counterpunched, and you guys have a good night. Peace.